Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone?
Alrighty.
Thank you for everyone being here. This is a rare day for us to have an interview, but I like to accommodate bands, especially when they're in a different country. We understand time zones and time frames and lifestyles do, get in the way. So I'm more than happy to accommodate. And so we're here today for a special day with David Ingram from Benediction.
Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you for taking the time to be here. It is an honor to have you here on the Savage Lady Show.
All
and
right.
with us for the first time ever, for now on, hopefully, more often than not, co-host Sarah Jacobs, who has joined the Savage Ladies recently and is now going to be sitting side by side, so to speak, with me on the Savage Podcast. What's up, sweetheart?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing good. I'm so excited. Thank you.
You are very welcome. I'm excited that you're now a Savage. It's long overdue. And support the Savage. Absolutely. Spread the Savage. No pun intended. And yeah. Sarah, I'm so glad to see you're part of the family. This is long overdue, sweetheart.
Hell yeah, it is. I'm so happy.
There's been a lot of obstacles, people in the way who have tried to keep us apart, but in the end,
it doesn't work.
We have come together. All right, so moving on for everyone else. As you know, we are here, of course, with David Ingram from Benediction. How's it going, man?
It's really good, thanks, and it's great to be here. This is the first time on this with you ladies. So yeah, I'm hoping there'll be more because just having a chat in the green room just a minute ago, it was fun. And yeah, I got a feeling there's going to be some shenanigans.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh boy, I saw you guys were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me and David were talking for a couple hours before we went live. We were having some fun.
Yeah, well, it's. I'm an old man. I'm sort of in my mid 50s, and
You're young.
Get a couple of these in me, and I just need to, I just have to keep going and going and going. I'm talking about
Absolutely.
The bathroom,
Well, none of us are spring chickens. We got 3 generations here. We got 2. Sarah, you're in your 40s too. Never mind.
Yeah.
So
I'm older than you.
yeah, actually you are.
I am.
So anyway, moving forward. Look, I've been looking forward to this for a while. We've had this talked about for quite some time, and definitely want to say I have been waiting for a long time for you guys to obviously come out with your latest single, which we will get to. It's been quite a few years.
Oh, it's been a while, yeah.
And, did you want to talk about that?
Well, I can say when we recorded the videos for it, there's the video. They were both recorded within sort of say 50 feet of one another, even though they both look like 2 different settings.
50 feet.
Yeah, it was really close. It was an old steelworks mine in Sheffield that's in the north of England. And it was when the pandemic began. It was during the very first dip where things began to cool off. So I could fly over, I could travel. And then we recorded the videos, and then I flew back, and then suddenly the pandemic went up again and no one could travel anywhere. So we were really lucky to get that window of opportunity, and we got 2 videos done. But the thing is, when we were doing the videos, I'd only had my one. Okay, here's another old man thing. I'd only had my one hip operation done, so I was still in a lot of pain with my other hip. So the director said to me, like, "Well, we'll get this chair and you can sit down."
Oh, is that the Storm Crow video you're talking about?
That's the thing, because we did the other video first.
That was one of my questions I was going to ask you too. Is like where you were at.
Yeah, and I was just sitting there, and he was like, "No, just sit there." And I'd actually bought the wine I was drinking in the video.
What wine was it?
It was Black Tower. It was some cheap crap.
Oh, you know what? I know nothing about wine, and I'm Italian.
Okay.
Italian family is very proud.
I was drinking that.
Wine's good.
It was for after the shoot, and I was like, what the hell? I'm sitting down, so I might as well have a drink. And so I was drinking the wine while we were doing the video, and it just seemed to work well. And I've done it on stage. We've had
video for sure. I mean,
we've had some of the venues we've played at festivals. They've actually brought a chair on stage, and given me a bottle of wine and said, "Sit down and sing that song. You know, do that one with the wine." So
they got you in case you fall over. Just drink.
Yeah,
it like-
exactly. Yeah, I don't. You know, I've had my hips replaced.
awesome.
I don't want to break them.
That's funny as hell. So
But it was fun. It was good to do those videos. And wow, what was it been 3 years? I think since 2020 is when the album came out. So yeah, 3 years. Holy shit! But yeah, we'll talk about what's happening next with Benediction in a while. I'm sure you got questions. So.
Yeah, I do have a couple questions. So me and Sarah are going to try to take turns and not try to overlap each other too much,
right?
Because we both like to talk. So we're both.
I'm usually more chatty, but
knows that. So. So let's see. First, should I call you Reverend or should I call you David?
Dave.
Okay.
Just Dave is fine.
Just asking. You got it. So, hallelujah. Moving on from that, though. Now, you left Benediction in 1999, and I'm looking down because I do actually take notes. I'm old school.
Okay.
Old school.
Yeah, I do the same.
Always favorite because I lose shit on computers. You left the band in 1998 to pursue, other bands and other endeavors and stuff like that. But you returned in 2019. And came back as their singer, official singer, not just temporary. How's that been for you?
Absolutely bloody wonderful. What happened was originally their singer at the time, Dave Hunt, he was going to do his PhD, which he's done since, and he needed to take some time out. He couldn't do a bunch of festivals, so they wrote and asked me, "Would you stand in? It'll be a nice thing for the fans. It'll be a nice thing to do." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I agreed to that. And then they wrote me and said, "We really need to talk to you about something." And I sat down with my family and I said, "Look, I've got a feeling they might be asking me to return full time. What do I say?" And because we're a family, we're a unit. So I always, get their advice. And they were like, "Don't be a fucking idiot. Of course you're going to do it." So, yeah. So when they did ask, I spoke to Darren on the phone and it was an immediate yes. So yeah,
and you felt like you were home and glad to be back.
Well, it was great to be back, but we had to keep it secret for so long. It was like 6 months that I had to keep from pretty much everybody. Only my family knew, and a couple of my closest friends here in Denmark. But what I did was I posted a bunch of vague clues on Facebook, hoping that people would get it. And I think out of only one person did. They wrote me and said, "Are you rejoining Benediction?" And I was like, "Shh." And I think he might have told everybody,
hints, but he's telling them to be quiet.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
But yeah. So it was fun. It was a fun thing to have happen, and it's been a fun ride the whole time. They're great guys to hang out with and work with, and we're like a family.
Right.
And speaking of which, our drummer Giovanni, he's from Italy. He's Italian. He's also today, by now, married. Yeah, he got married today.
Congratulations, Gio. No, I'm not saying it in Italian.
Congratulations, Gio.
That is amazing.
Idiot.
Gio and his new wife. Absolutely, that is awesome. Congratulations from the U.S., the Savage Ladies.
He'll be chuffed. He'll be chuffed. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's probably partying or drinking olive oil or something. I don't know. When you're Italian, you know what they do.
Yeah, I do everything I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah,
they tell me I'm too Americanized for being first generation. I get bitched at a lot, and then they tell me in Italian, and then I just stare at them, blink, blink.
Oh, okay.
Another reason for them to rip my head off. But then I understand when they're bitching at me in Italian. I know all that.
Oh, right.
But yeah, so congratulations, Gio, man. Congratulations to you and your wife, and so on and so forth for many years to come.
Can I just point out something that he's going to hate me for saying, but I'm going to say it anyway? His wife is called Frederica, and it's Fred for short. Yeah. And now that they're married, she's taken on his last name, which is Durst. So now she's called Fred Durst.
I did it all for the nookie.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
That is great.
Yep.
I was
That is
started.
awesome. Have you pointed that out to her before, though?
Oh, many times.
So
Many,
you got to
many
rub that
times.
in.
Mhm.
Oh,
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
no.
Sorry, Gio. I had to say it.
You had to do it. You know,
Yeah.
I probably would have done the same shit, so I get it. Sarah, I'm gonna let you jump in, sweetheart. Let's pop that cherry.
Okay, so I was doing a little research, David, or Dave, or Reverend, and I saw like back in 2008, you began a Metal Breakfast podcast.
Mhm.
And did you do that
yes.
often?
Metal
And
Breakfast
I saw there
Radio.
was an underground band, so that was really badass, and it stood out to me because that's what Fran and I really focus on a lot too, is underground bands. So I think that's really badass.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Okay, well, it began as a standard radio show. We would just play the bands and then talk about them afterwards. And we began to think, oh, this is really getting a bit boring. So we decided to chat a little over the music while it's playing, so that we can then point out, oh my goodness, that solo was boring, or that was a great part, or that's a huge riff, things like that. And it just escalated, and we had all these sort of pop culture sound effects that we throw in, and yeah, it sort of became quite, I would say it was a unique thing for the time, because back then that was when podcasts were beginning.
Right.
It was the early days of podcasts. And we began with like zero audience, and then it sort of took off, and we were getting about 3,000-4,000 downloads a week via iTunes. And then there were other radio stations online that were taking the podcast, and they were broadcasting it. So we had a hell of a reach in what I call our golden days. And the thing is, the guy I was with at the time, he was the American guy, Donovan. He moved to the far side of Denmark, so he couldn't do it with me anymore. So I got some other guys in who was doing it with. And then obviously with Benediction coming back, we haven't actually made a show for over 18 months now.
Mhm.
And I've had to put it on hiatus, which is a shame, because I just don't have the time for it. I'm with Benediction, and if I'm away so much with the band, when I'm home, it's sort of family time here.
Right.
So,
That's
so it is important, but I mean, it's still there, and the concept is still ours. So we'll come back eventually. We'll be back. It's the same with I did a big band jazz show as well.
Yes,
I'm really into big band jazz, and that will come back as well when I have more time, maybe post Benediction. I'll still want to do stuff like that. So yeah, it's there, and it will come back.
I can't wait for it to come back.
Yeah, but the Metal Breakfast, we'd already made about 400 shows, and they were all online in this archive. But the company that archived them, they screwed me over with some payments, and I told them to basically go fuck yourselves. I've been a customer with them for like 12 years, and they tried to fuck me over, and I was like,
I'm so sick of hearing. I hear that so much more than you fucking need to. It's become such a norm. It's fucking disgusting. How many of these bigger companies, record companies, doesn't matter who the fuck it is or what they're a part of, how much they screw over the bands. It doesn't matter whether they're big or small. You guys get dicked around on so many levels. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I'm pouring a beer right now. Don't worry. That's why I'm disappearing.
You know what? That's okay.
Now,
we had Tip Fam. He wanted to say Dave's other projects, such as Dawn Among the Dead Men, Mega Scavenger.
Mega Scavenger is not mine. That's Roger Johansson's. I just helped out on that one. Just before Dawn. Bone Nora is Cam Lee's. I just helped out on that one as well. Echelon, that's mine. And Sinner, that's mine as well. These vocals are stellar on these. Oh, thanks very much. I appreciate that. Who's that? Tip Fam?
Tip Fam.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Nice one, Tip Fam. You have to be careful how you say it.
Extra. That is also, he's been part of a lot. And he's been doing some amazing things.
Nice. Amazing. Thank you very much.
Yes. Go ahead, hon. Sarah, I'll let you go do a couple.
Oh, okay. Well, I see that you usually play like big festivals. How often do you play the small venues?
Well, it's when we get offered. When right after the pandemic, we did a 5-show tour, and it was mostly the smaller venues. I think there was just one big festival tucked in there as well. But yeah, that was the one time. And if we get offered a tour that's worth doing, because you see, I only get a certain amount of days off a year for holiday vacation, and I have to use them for the band. So I don't actually get any time vacation with my family. So therefore, it has to be worth my while to do this.
Right.
So not that I'm not in this for the money, because
I wouldn't even think of that at all.
There is not money in this.
There virtually isn't. There really isn't.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we get something good, like for example, we just did I say just a few months back, we did South America. We did some shows. I saw that. There was a couple of big festivals and a lot of club shows. So yeah, that's the sort of thing.
You know what? I actually wrote down a bunch. I mean, like, you've done a lot, like literally just in the last year alone. I mean, I've got Hellfest. You actually just played Finland for the first time ever recently.
Yes, that's right. Was that last weekend or the weekend before?
Yeah, the 18th, and that was for the 18th and 19th. Yeah, last weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
How was that?
That was cool. That was very cool. we had this woman who was who ran the bar at the front of house, and we weren't told not to take the beer from backstage out to the front of house. And instead of coming over to us and saying, "Guys, you can't drink that, otherwise we might get into trouble," she just walked over and snatched them out of my hands, and that really pissed me off. So I let her have it, because you don't just snatch your beer,
right?
Off me. You don't do.
I was a bartender for 25 years, and if I ever grabbed the beer out of a customer's hand at the end of the night, I was wearing it.
Yeah, exactly. So I told her to do one, and then during the gig, I said, "This goes out to the woman who tried to take our beers. Fuck you, lady." And it went down really well.
Lady. Special dedication.
Messing with the Reverend, yo.
But yeah. Sorry, I'm pouring the beer again.
Yeah, that's okay. I dropped my pencil. Hold on.
I just want people to know I'm not sort of ducking down to hide. I'm pouring beer.
Don't make me hide.
I had to get my pencil because I'm a Dago and I talk with my hands. Wow, you guys don't see it, but we all know Italians talk with their hands. Imagine how much they're moving off camera. My pencil flies all the time.
That's hilarious. Hey, I have a question real quick for you.
Okay.
Are you planning on coming through the U.S. again?
Mm-hmm.
We plan to go everywhere that we can and where we get the best offers. The last time we did the US was show in Atlanta. When was that? Was that last year or was it this year? I can't remember. It wasn't that long ago, and we had to jump through hoops for the visas because we have to do it legally. We're coming over. We're going to be, getting paid, and we have to say how much we get paid, and all this stuff.
Gotcha.
And we need the visas to be proper as well, because if we do it illegally, we could get banned from the US, and I want to come over to the US myself.
Well,
our borders seem to be wide the fuck open, so why can't Europe come over?
Right,
calling that shit out.
Yeah, but we'll think we think we'll be back at some point, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome to have you guys back, and then work your way to the Midwest, because we got KC in the house in Chicago waiting for you.
Okay, because
waiting for you.
Chicago's a big part of my heart. Actually, I spent a lot of time there in '89 and '90, and that's where the thing I was talking about earlier is that's something to do with Chicago as well, and also childhood stuff. So yeah, Chicago's I know Chicago well, so.
I definitely would love to talk to you more about that after the show. I can drop some little tidbits of information that you probably would love to know about. But moving on from that, Sarah, may I cut you off?
You want me to what?
No, I don't want you to do anything. Can I jump in?
Oh, you want me to jump in? Okay.
No, I jump in. You listen.
Okay, so Mr. Reverend, on the tear off those wings or these wings, where was that live video recorded?
The black and white thing. Well, I threw that together myself. It was during the pandemic, and I just took the footage from a gig we played in Bochum in Germany. And the footage is black and white because we used color footage on the Rabid Carnality. I think that was a video that was released as well. It's pretty much the same gig, and I just sort of put it on into black and white and threw in a few stupid effects from Apple's iMovie app, and yeah, it was just because of the pandemic we hadn't done anything, and I just wanted people to know that we were still around.
Right.
So it wasn't really an official video, but it got put on YouTube.
Yeah, everybody was doing what they could. That's what I thought was really awesome. I saw a lot of bands doing that, and I was like, "Go, guys! You got to keep yourself out there."
Yeah, you've got to keep going. I mean, the pandemic was a pain in the ass because we just recorded Scriptures. We just finished recording the album, and then we couldn't do anything with it. We were stuck. We were like, fucking. The album goes out, but we were totally.
That also happened with another band I interviewed a while back.
Yeah.
I'm glad that everybody's like, the world is alive again.
Yeah. So we eventually got out, and the first few shows were pretty intense because we had all this pent up energy. It was the whole blue ball thing. It was just completely let's get it out there and coat the audience, if you'll pardon the expression I've just used, especially with the blue balls. Sorry.
It's all good.
I blame the beer.
Hey, you know what? Blame whoever the fuck you want. I don't give two shits. You do. You
just be you. I love it.
If anyone's offended, they're watching the wrong interview.
Right.
Or in general, the Savages.
We don't get offended by anything.
Yeah. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So
actually, hang on. For the people who are offended, I've got something here in my wallet for them. Hang on.
Let's see what it is.
There you go, people who are offended.
You use protection.
Somebody has a question for you. Does.
Do you plan on doing any more side projects? Yes. Yes. Every side project I've already done, I'm doing again. At some point, I will do it again. And there is a new one on the horizon. It's at the moment, it's a doom metal project called Sand Cadaver. And I think the second album is going to be a lot more desert rock, bluesy type stuff. So, but with death metal vocals, because I can't do anything else because I'm fucking rubbish. So.
Hey, at least you know what you can and cannot do.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Right. You know your limits, know what you're good at, and stick to it.
Because there's some bands that try to do that. Others like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. And they actually try and sing, and it just sounds terrible.
Yeah. Right. That's why I tell people all the time, I'm a talent scout, not the talent. There's a difference.
Hey, I like
with my half-assed up ear. I actually have an ear for a talent. But don't get me on stage. That's a totally different scenario. It's a whole different level.
I saw that happy birthday video.
Uh-oh.
Okay, sorry. This is not about friends. Like,
is that on YouTube?
It was somebody wishing her.
No, I did a tribute show a couple weeks ago, and we the Savages. Not only do we interview and represent, but I also am a booking agent. Wink, wink. Chicago, and I did have a talent. I did have not a talent show. I did have a tribute show for Linkin Park, 3 Days Grace, and whatnot. And the 3 Days Grace was our headliner, and they knew that I absolutely love 3 Days Grace. And on the very last song, in the end, they called me up on stage and said, "Grab that mic." And I was like this. I slammed about 12 shots an hour before they did this because I knew they were going to do it. So I had to be good and fucking hammered. Okay. And then when I saw that the camera with the lights, now from a photographer's point of view, taking pictures with the lights is bullshit. It sucks. Between the red light and the blue light, even the green, it sucks. It destroys. The red light destroys everything. But it interferes so much. But then when you're on the stage and you don't want, if you're nervous like I am, I have stage fright. Ironically. getting up on stage, I couldn't see a fucking thing because the light was so bright in my face being on stage. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I can do this all day long. I couldn't see anybody.
Yeah, I had that for right up until I worked with Hail of Bullets. I have always worn glasses, but then I got contact lenses and I wear contacts now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're also the ones that are they're disposable. So if they fall out during a gig, it doesn't matter. I can just put a fresh pair.
That
in.
sucks. Can you imagine? Okay, when you're live, does that has that ever happened while you're singing?
It's actually never happened. It's never happened. But if you
That's
have
good,
those, the glass ones that you have to take care of, and
Right.
it falls out, and you're like, shit. Okay, stop the gig. I've got to find my.
I know. What do you do? You're sitting there in the middle of a fucking screaming your head off, son. You're like, you're trying to scream while catching your contact.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I'd be like, dude,
but
he's
for,
having a fucking seizure. Somebody go help him.
but for years, I've never actually seen the audience because I take my glasses off and I'm pretty much blind. So so now I've got contact lenses, and the weirdest thing is when I put the contact lenses in to read anything, I need glasses to read. But when I take the contact lenses out, I don't need glasses. It's like, what is this bullshit about getting old? This getting old thing. He's getting old.
Really getting all fucked up now. Like I have these contacts on that they're trying to. They're all messed up. They can't get it right.
It's horrible.
I'm thinking LASIX.
Yeah, I'm half blind and half deaf. Literally, I wear contacts and I have hearing aids too, and hearing aids. I tell people I'm Helen Keller's granddaughter.
Okay.
That's the only way I could. It's funny as hell. I'm okay with it though. So anyway, moving on though. We tend to go left, and that's just how we roll. It happens, So I wanted to talk. I mean, when you came back in 2020, Benediction actually was on a 12-year album release hiatus. What was that about?
I don't know. I wasn't in the band at the time.
So they didn't tell you anything?
Well, I think they were just more focusing on playing live.
Yeah.
And they played live a lot. So I mean, that was the period when death metal was sort of on a low point.
Yeah.
It was sort of not. It wasn't as popular as it used to be, and there wasn't that many of the major names around. And then now they've all come back, and it's sort of we all hit about around the same time, and it's taking an upturn now. So it's cool, and I think that was part of it. I think that was part of the reason. There was no point in putting an album out because you could just they just wanted to tour. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you come back and
I ruin everything.
And then you guys go and release Scriptures. So how was that released? Did it blow up?
Yeah. People have been saying, "Oh, it's your best release ever." And
you know what? I gotta agree. That was a killer fucking album.
I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased that people liked it so much. And I'm very proud of it myself. I will not say otherwise.
Is that one available on vinyl?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it USA available?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, hang on. I got it right here.
Nice. Beautiful.
Look at that beauty.
Right there.
I gotta have that, man. I might have to pay you for it so you can sign it for me.
Well, those
Instead of
two personal
it cost me a lot to get it here, but
it's worth
it. Not really that much, actually.
It costs more to send it over to us overseas, which will take minimum a month because they're in Europe.
Right. And it costs like $25 or so just to mail it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I pay it.
It's
and
worth
I
it,
pay for the album and I pay for the autograph.
It's definitely worth it. Absolutely.
I don't think it's quite that much, actually, and it doesn't take that long.
Is it? It takes, whenever I receive merch and stuff from you guys, it takes a while to get here.
Well, from Denmark.
Denmark. Yeah.
You might, if you're going from somewhere else, then it's slightly different. But anyway,
gotcha.
Yeah, but it is available on vinyl, and very very proud of it. And
I gotta
a bunch
add
of
that
other
one to my
stuff
collection, man. I'm gonna be so broke by Yeah, I already am.
Well, I'm quite the vinyl collector. I mean, if I
Me
just
too. I
think
see
about it,
that.
like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
so if
You got one
yeah,
or two. You got a couple. It's a good
I've
start.
been
and it
watching
sort
you
of goes
collect
along
more.
there as well, and behind me as well. So.
I've been spying on you, David. I always see like, I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. He just got another vinyl.
Well,
It's a weekly thing. It's a weekly thing.
the latest thing
It
is I've
is.
ordered 2 from Ireland, which should be coming. They should have come today, but it's Saturday, so of course they're not going to deliver. So there's 2 from Ireland I got coming, sort of like a stoner rock thing, and something else which I can't remember right now. I always buy stuff and can't remember what I've bought. So
I know. I saw that post
That's,
too.
I get that. I feel
and then
this every day.
there's 3 that I bought from a Danish store online. It's the first 2 Carcass albums that I used to own and then stupidly got rid of, and I want them again on vinyl. And the brand new Crypta album, I really love that band.
Oh yeah,
They are so good.
I love Crypto. Absolutely, they fucking kill it.
Yeah, they absolutely rock. And apparently this new album is even better than their first, and I love their first, so I can't wait for that.
Ooh.
Sarah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah,
honey.
so you just had a 30th anniversary of your album Transcend the Rubicon.
Yes,
And
happy anniversary.
Happy
Fuck yeah.
anniversary.
Thank
And
you.
do
Thank
guys
you. There it
still
is.
play tracks from that album live?
Yes, we're doing a few. It really depends on the gig, because if we're only playing for an hour, I mean, we have such a long back catalogue, then we can't play unless we go out and say we're actually just going to play this album the whole way through. We just can't do it. So we if it's an hour, then we play a couple of songs. If it's longer, then 3, maybe 4 from Transcend. But yeah, it's right. It's 30 years.
30 years.
30 years. I mean, look at this young kid. Look at that young kid. Where is he?
Wow.
There he is. There in the middle. Look at that young kid there with a pout. What
Me
a
and
pout!
Sarah,
is.
when that came out, me and Sarah were going through puberty.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unbeknown to the world, so were we. So, but yeah.
I'm trying hard not to snort. Because I snort sometimes.
No, I think we were like 23, 24. I was 24. I was 93. Yeah, so I was 24 at the time. I was, yeah. Oh God, I can't even remember being 24. I was 30 years.
Man, my 20s were a blur. I mean, I remember the birth of my children because I had to be sober for that. But other than that,
yeah,
that's about it.
I worked my ass off in my 20s, so yeah. But I did have my party days for sure. I like to go out to the bar and go dancing and stuff, and go to rock shows. 80s night, baby.
Oh, 80s night was always great. I used to love 80s night.
Yeah.
Too funny. So now I want to bring this. I'm going to move on with this. So you guys actually just released a new song not too long ago. A new new video called Storm Crew.
Oh well, that's from 2020. It's not new.
2020?
Yeah, we don't have anything new. We're working on
this. Drinking the cheap wine in the chair. And
that's the one. It's the wine in the chair, and
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I had that as just released. Okay.
No, but, I think it was me, actually. I think it's me that should apologize. I forgot to explain in the link that I sent you. So it's my bad, not yours.
Actually, no, it's not just yours. It's actually all over the place, all over like your biography, not just your biography, but other interviews. Because I do research. I do actual research, and it's everywhere, actually.
Well, I should have explained it, but I didn't.
I'm calling out other pages too. They did the same shit. So that's I'm just calling it out. That's why I had a misinformation. So I apologize for that because now I feel like
no, you ain't got to apologize to me. So.
It's okay. It's not gonna be the first time I feel like an ass. It won't be the last time. I'm accepting. Accept it.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So let's see. Moving on. I can skip like half these damn questions. Sarah, you want to go ahead?
Sure.
Where did they film that?
Oh, he already talked about where he filmed it.
Not that video.
Yes, he did. Sorry. My husband's listening in and he wanted to know where you filmed that video. We already talked about it. The Storm Crow video.
Sheffield, the north of England.
Okay. Hobbies. I was wondering what kind of hobbies you enjoy. We saw pictures of you hiking. Is that a regular thing?
Hiking? Are you kidding me? I fucking hate walking. I want to sit
I
down.
know what she's talking about, though. Hold on, I saw that shit too. You guys
It
have
was
been
on
on your
Facebook.
Yes.
The band photo.
Yeah.
We got the mountain in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were joking. We weren't hiking anywhere.
I love it.
God damn, there's no way we're hiking anywhere. We're all in our. I mean,
that's exactly what she was talking about too, because I did see that too.
out of the three old guys, I'm the youngest at 54. The others are like 56, and one of them, I think he's about 75. Sorry, Rue. But no, so hiking really isn't a hobby.
Hobbies that you enjoy?
Well, hobbies I enjoy. I love movies. I love science fiction. I mean, I'm a big fan of. You can probably see here, Doctor Who and Daleks and stuff. And obviously because of all the tattoos as well. I love all that, and collecting vinyl. That is a hobby. I mean, it's not a hobby. That's more. That's sort of, if I didn't have this, I'd be. It's yeah, exactly.
I've been doing it for over 13 years. I think, or even longer than that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. But yeah, and also staying at home and having a beer.
Yes.
You might think that's so cliche and so old man, but I'm an old man and I love to sit down. What's he say? Dave hikes his ass down to the pub for a pint. Actually, no, I stay at home. The thing is about staying at home and having a drink, because you can drink.
You don't drive.
You don't drive, which is very important. You don't spend sort of 3 times as much for a drink as you do.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
You get to listen to whatever music you want. You don't have to listen to some DJ's choice. It's my choice. So, and just over there is my stereo. You can't see it,
right?
Because it's actually at the moment it's covered in Hostess fruit pies. So I can't get to it. I've got to eat them all first, which is something we're going to talk about in just a moment.
Yes, it is. Did you want to do that now or later?
Should it be now? Is now the time?
Did you want to wait until after we play the video?
Yeah, because you were talking about the video, weren't you?
We were going that way and we derailed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of left turns on these interviews.
all the time.
We started talking about hosting.
You know what? As long as we get back on track, or at least a little, it's all good. And yeah, Tip Fam said that you're gonna do that in your undies too, by the way. So Steve says, "Fuck yeah, David Ingram, Kristen Balletto."
Oh, I love Kristen.
I know Kristen. Oh. Kristen, hello, Kristen. Is that you?
I need her recipes. She's such a badass.
She is.
I love her.
Yeah.
I follow her and James a lot. I love them, such a lovely couple. I love
her and James Murphy. They're the power metal couple. They are.
Yes, totally.
Not power metal, but they're a powerful metal.
Power couple.
Right,
yeah.
power couple.
Power metal couple.
They're so much fun to watch.
They're not Manowar. They're not all like that now.
So we do actually have a video, and we're going to play actually Storm Crow, which we were talking about. So
awesome.
Get your chairs ready and get that cheap wine.
Right. So for those of you who have not actually seen the video, we are going to play it for you right now. And I am going to turn everyone's mics off because you never know what they say in the background. So I'm going to do that right now. Sarah, we're actually going to shut you up for a minute. All right, everyone, here we go. We're putting on. Oh, not that one. My bad. Here we go.
Many are its names.
Yeah. Uh, okay, so yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about, but all of a sudden I just got kicked out of my own shit.
I saw that. I was spinning, waiting for you to come back.
I'm just like,
Okay.
what the fuck? That's not something you see too often when the host gets kicked out of their own shit. Thanks,
That
YouTube.
was funny as fuck.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about YouTube real quick. I'm
Yeah,
gonna bring this
yeah,
up.
yeah. Let's talk about YouTube because they fucked up the thing with the logo.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk
They
about
inverted the logo. The
I was
dumbasses.
fucking livid. Okay, when I first made the fucking link, everything was fine. It was facing the right way, and I didn't even notice. I don't know what the hell happened. But when I woke up at the ass crack of dawn this morning, because I actually went to bed sober last night,
I didn't.
I didn't either.
I don't know what the fuck happened, but I looked at it. I'm like, is that shit backwards? I thought I was seeing shit, you know. So I put eye drops in my eyes. You know?
Oh shit! I just snorted.
You know,
Again. You do
You
that a
know,
lot,
eye
don't you?
drops in my eyes.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I'm trying my
"What?"
best not.
And I'm like, what the hell? So I tried, you know, I'm going back and I'm trying to fix it. And I'm like, dude, why the fuck can't I fix it? Why can't I update my own shit?
She's been going off about this. She's really mad.
I'm
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
livid. This went on for hours. David, while Sarah was getting her fucking beauty sleep, all right, my ass is up, fucking flipping out, reaching out to YouTube, reaching out this fucking StreamYard, snapping. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, you know, this and that. And StreamYard's messing around on their end. And they said, okay, we did something to, you know, on our end, see if this works and if you can change the picture. And it did. So I ended up changing the logo. So here's the fucked up part is I showed David, I even took him pictures to show what I'm seeing on my end. And it did change the logo completely. I put a different colored logo on it. But then on YouTube, it was still showing the old one in reverse.
Yeah, it was upside down.
Yeah.
The one, like, when you posted on Facebook, it was upside down. It was just
like,
weird shit going on.
Fuck?
I was like,
I was pissed. And I'm like, what the fuck?
you.
And then for hours, I was going back and forth, yelling at YouTube. StreamYard's like, you know, they're reaching out to YouTube, trying to see what's going on their end. This went on for hours. And the whole time, David's like, I'm just going to have a beer.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I know it's, you know, you guys are 7 hours ahead of us.
And you said I could use a shot, man.
Right. And I don't drink in the morning. Everyone knows. The only time I drink in the morning is if I haven't gone to sleep yet. Then it's okay to drink in the AM. You know? But if my ass has been asleep, the last thing I want is a drink. I don't want it for several hours.
Right.
You know? If at all, there's times I do skip days. I can go days without drinking. It doesn't faze me. But with this shit happening at 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, David's like, I'm gonna have a beer. It's that time. I'm like, you know what? I need a fucking drink too. So for everyone who did notice that, or maybe you didn't even notice it. Who knows? You know, it's possible you didn't. It's been up apparently for who knows how long. Oh yeah, so that shit. That is why it was in reverse, upside down, different color, all kinds of fucked up. That was beyond my control, and I was trying to fix that shit.
Yeah.
But YouTube, I don't know. I don't even know where to go with that. So I just wanted to bring that up. So yeah, Claire, she says, how rude. Yeah, I know. Fuck you too, YouTube. We love you, but we hate you.
We love you, YouTube, but damn it. Can't mess up shit like that.
No.
So that's what that's about. Why everything was, you know, if anyone saw that and they're like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I was thinking when my ass woke up this morning. I'm like,
she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This shit.
Yeah. So moving on from that. All right. So what else have you guys been up to? What have you been up to for besides all the fests that you guys are doing like on a mass crazy level this year all together? What else you been up to?
Well, we're writing new stuff right now. And in fact, just yesterday, I was going through some lyrics that I'd written, and I found a song that I'd written lyrics for and planned out and plotted where the lyrics go to in relation to the music. and I'd never recorded it, and I'd forgotten that it was there. I'd forgotten that I'd had it. So that's like an extra song from out of nowhere, and now I just have to find the piece of music that I wrote it to, and that's going to be difficult because I've got about 40,000 songs on my iTunes library on my laptop here. So that's going to take a while. But I'm hoping it was a Benediction song. So, but we'll see. But we're writing new stuff. We got about 7 or 8 in the can. Demo versions, of course, and then we're booking the studio time. We're gonna be doing a few select shows beginning of next year, and we're pretty much missing out on the summer for various reasons I won't get into. But we're missing out on the summer festivals because, to be honest, we've done a lot of them this year. We did a lot last year, and we need a new product, so we're focusing on recording for the time being, and we're getting this new album written. Not quite sure when we'll release it, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe about May time, something like that.
So
May of next year.
2024.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's a tentative date.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, plans always change, and it's always the bloody singer.
At least you're owning that shit, man. You're owning it.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It's always the singer. It's always the last job, you know. And I'm always the delayed.
You know what? Maybe it's because you don't have any actual instruments you carry. Maybe this is the payback. You know.
Hey, that could be it. That makes sense.
You know, you always see those memes where all the members are bitching. They got to carry all the fucking wires. They got to carry all the fucking.
I can picture him helping his
comes the musician just holding the mic.
Well, but saying that right there,
the singer's just holding the mic, strolling in like nothing. Nothing.
There's a suitcase with the backdrop in it, and that's my job, is to take the backdrop to all the gigs. So I do have equipment. It's the backdrop.
So you wear it as a cape and you come in and go. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, saying that, actually, when there was one night I got stranded. I got stranded in Dusseldorf airport overnight. And I had to sleep on a bench, and I had nothing to cover myself with except the backdrop. So I took it out of the case and just used it as a sort of a 40-foot square
people walking
duvet.
Through the airport, you know, I would be like, dude, check this shit out. Click, click,
That's
click,
badass.
Yeah. So it was. I was very warm that night. Actually, I think I was warmer than anyone else in the whole airport. So, but yeah, it's my job for the backdrop.
You know what? I want to say, I'm going to backtrack on real quick, because as you know, we went left to bitch about YouTube, but I wanted to bring up the video that we just played. Okay. And I totally just went left with YouTube. So for Stormcrow, first and foremost, the chair that was brought to you and the cheap bottle of wine, you looked pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it was actually.
And it became now one of your props on stage. How fucking cool is that?
Yeah, well,
I'm stepping back a notch. Sorry.
We have a few other. I mean, it was other venues have brought chairs out and said like, yeah, do that and drink the wine and So it's fun. It's a fun thing to do.
It almost made it look like you were on a throne. The way the rocks were kind of piled on each other.
I loved it.
Just perfectly on it. It almost made
it fit perfect, because also the chair had no legs.
Yeah.
So throwing it onto the rocks as well made it look good. And what I don't know if I said this on air before, but I'd not had my second hip operation, so I was still in pain with my leg and my hip on my left. Was it the left? No, the right side. Sorry. And then so the director said, "We'll bring this chair and put it down. You can just sit, and what the other guys can do all the moving around." And I was like, "Great!" So the wine was for after post production, post filming, and so I drank that while we were filming, and then afterwards went to the pub, because it was in Sheffield. It was a pub called the Doven Rainbow, I think it's called. It's like a metal pub.
Rainbow.
Yeah, Doven Rainbow.
In America, that would be a completely different bar, probably.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, so probably the same kind of bar. All right, cool.
Yeah. But I went there afterwards because I got a lot of friends in Sheffield, so I went and met them, and we had a few drinks, which led to a lot of drinks. which led to me not remembering where my hotel was. So, but that's another story. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, you looked very comfortable, so I did want to bring that back up.
It was fun video to do. It really was fun.
I'm just saying, it looks like I saw some smirks in there. You looked a little too happy.
No, that was the wine.
Maybe
that was the wine, you know.
That might have been the wine.
Oh yeah,
that was the wine. I love it.
Too
So
funny.
I was wondering, how in the hell you got those fire shots in your video, Iterations of I?
The what? Sorry,
the fire shots in that video of Iterations of I.
There are fire shots. Are there?
Like fire.
Okay, that's just post. It's just post production stuff.
Okay.
The guy that did it was just post production. We weren't there with the fire because we're old and we're clumsy. So, I mean, you should have seen me trying to get up onto that plinth that I was singing on. It was ridiculous. Right.
They'll be taking your backdrop trying to put you out.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what would have happened. Yeah, it was like that. No, so no, all the dangerous stuff was post production.
That's
what we got some from Kristen here. She said, David, it's International Dog Day, and you are the best damn dog daddy. So kiss your babies for me. I love your doggy posts.
Oh, thank you very much, Kristen. Oh, what a sweetheart.
You have the cute, that little baby doggy is so cute.
I love puppers.
Yeah, yeah, they're not pups anymore. They're getting on a bit, but
they're still pups.
But they're always still going to be pups.
They are still pups.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, they're my pride and joy. Those two, and my son.
How much you love them. I love Kristen's posts too when she posts her little kitties.
Yeah,
so cute.
I do love cats too.
Me too.
I do too, and I found out 3 years ago that I'm allergic to them.
But there's some that you can get though that are allergic.
Hypoallergenic, yeah,
right.
The bald pussy.
Yeah, the hairless ones.
The bald pussy. That'd be a cute one. I want one of those.
I need a bald pussy.
I got a bald pussy.
I don't want to.
You started it.
It's just like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm sober.
Oh, see, we're just a little pinch right.
But moving on. So, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm sober.
I was just checking that.
Oh, shit.
I had way too much coffee. Yes, I said coffee. I had actually 4 cups of coffee before we went live.
That's not that many.
I almost got a gallon of tea in me.
And I use a lot of sugar. How I'm not diabetic is beyond me, but I'm not.
Oh, dear.
I'll count my blessings on that one, though. Sarah, go for it, sweetheart.
All right, let's see what we got here. We did Oh yeah, you asked for whenever you were in South America tour, you asked for requests for videos from your fans. Did you guys get those done for the fan video?
I think it was Gio. He asked for them.
Okay.
He wants to put something together. And I believe he has been putting something together. Yeah, he's been working on that, which was really cool. One of which I was hoping to get to see was the footage of when we played in Peru. And was it Peru or was it? Oh, well, and it was one shot. We played with Napalm Death. And during our set, we got Barney to come on stage with us and sing Subconscious Terror. Obviously, Barney was on the album. He was the first Benediction singer. He was on the album Subconscious Terror, and we still play that song live. So we got him to come on stage and sing that with us. So it was great, to have Barney on stage. And when he came on, pretty much everyone in the audience was lifting up their cell phone, and filming and we were like, yo, come on. There's got to be this footage on YouTube. Someone's got to have something good.
There's got to be some.
Yeah. So I think Gio was asking for a lot of other things as well. But yeah, we need to see good footage of that because,
that'd be awesome.
That was a great moment for us, to have Barney on stage doing that. And then also when we played a Brutal Assault a few weeks back, we had Dave Hunt, the old singer from Benediction.
Oh, wow.
We had him come on stage and do Subconscious Terror with us as well. So yeah, and we were going to ask Barney that day, but I think he had some problems. He couldn't get to the stage, So it would have been great to have had all three benediction
Hell yeah,
vocalists.
that would be wow.
But there'll be other times. We'll do that another time.
That's badass.
Yeah, we'll get it done.
So do you guys have any other shows coming up?
We've got to play a gig here in Copenhagen next weekend.
In your hometown, so it's gonna be.
Are you looking forward to that?
Oh, you bet. Like the guys are coming the day early. We're going to hang out and have a few drinks, and then we're going to have a few more drinks, and then probably a few more after that. And then after that, we'll probably have a few more drinks, and then we'll be
party. I'm flying in.
Yeah. And then I think
expecting me at your door.
And then a bit after that, I mean, we've got the gig the next day when I think we'll probably have a few drinks. But then, it's going to be a big party.
Cool.
So, and if any of the Danes are watching right now, we're on at 1 o'clock in the morning. So don't get too drunk because we probably will.
He's telling the Danes not to get too drunk. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah.
So is that 1 a.m. Euro time?
Yeah, 1 a.m.
That's like 7 p.m. our time.
Yeah, it's a strange time, but in Denmark, when people go out on a weekend, they stay out till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Easily.
Yeah,
wow.
easy. Yeah, the whole time, and everything's still open. So,
wow,
I stay up all night regardless. David, as
Yeah.
you know, I stay up all night regardless because I do actually, besides Savages, I have 2 full-time jobs.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I was able to stay in contact with you. It drives people nuts. So like, you hit us up all night long, and I'm like, I'm wide the fuck awake.
So you're a truck driver and a burrito roller, aren't you? Is that what it is?
Nowhere near. But I know how to handle my burritos. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
But I got a trucker's mouth. I guess that's another way we can get this.
Okay.
It's about as close as I can get to both. I know how to handle my burritos.
I'll ask Rob Halford about
that. Run my mouth. But
yeah,
it's okay.
But no, I mean, the thing with burritos is it's because it's the memory of Chicago that I told you about earlier on, and the nostalgia with these things.
Yes, we are gonna. I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna say that
I gotta learn.
David actually wanted to do something during this time, and he wants to do a live taste test.
Absolutely,
yes. Tell us about that, David.
Okay, well, let me just quickly break it down. When I was a young kid, I used to read Marvel comics all the time, Marvel comics, and there would be the adverts in the back for Hostess Twinkies or Hostess fruit pies. Now, when I was visiting Chicago, and I sort of lived there for a few weeks, quite literally, I loved it there. And as soon as I got off the plane, I found like a little store in Chicago O'Hare Airport, and they had Twinkies, and I ate them. And then my friend I was staying with, Glenn Herman, who's the drummer from Impulse Manslaughter back in the 80s, he said, try the fruit pies. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, of course, the fruit pies. They were also in the advertisements. And a friend of mine has sent me a batch of Hostess fruit pies. Now, the friend is actually Bill M. He runs a podcast called The Devil's Mischief, which is available on radiofreesatan.com. A bit of a plug. I've got to plug it because he sent me all these things. Not only did he send me the Hostess fruit pies, which I absolutely adore.
I love those.
He also sent a box of Drake's fruit pies. Now, I've never had these before. This is unopened. I've never tried them before. So I know the Hostess ones, so I won't eat that now, since I've just had a very big meal before I started doing this show. So I'm going to have one of the Drakes. I'm opening it right now.
All right, we got to do a live taste test on the Drake's.
And it's a taste test.
Drum roll.
All right. Okay, I'm going to need 2 hands to open this. Hang on. All right, it's covered in some sort of frosting type stuff. You can see there.
The sugar frosting, yeah.
Yeah, the sugar frosting. And okay, here we go. So, first time ever with the Drakes.
Bon appetit.
Well, I can tell you now, these motherfuckers are better. Hostess all the way.
Hostess beats the Drakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What is the difference between the taste?
The Hostess wins, and that's
What's the difference between the taste?
that's probably my childhood. Oh, there was a big crumb. I'm going to eat that. No, I'm not wasting it. But it's probably my childhood that's saying no. Hostess wins because of the Marvel comics, the advertisements in there. I can remember them vividly, and where the Hulk gets given a green apple pie, Hostess fruit pie, and it sort of calms him down, and he returns to Bruce Banner. Was his name, Bruce Banner?
I think so.
It's been a while. And it's sort of something I remember as a kid. But yes, definitely Hostess all the way.
All right.
Thank you, Bill M, for the
Hostess pies. Which one's your favorite flavor?
I think the cherry. I've yet to try I tried the lemon when I was in Chicago, but I need to try it again.
We have one right up the street.
I'm all about the apple.
I tell you, the apple. I've got a feeling that the Drake apple ones will be very nice, not as good as Hostess. But and if anyone from Hostess is watching, my address is. So yeah,
I'm in Chicago. She's in KC.
Right, I got a Hostess right up the street, man. I can sit. We can do a trade.
Also, with Chicago, there is in Chicago. There's Belmont Avenue. Do you know that?
Yeah.
There is a venue on there. I can't remember what it's called, but right on Belmont Avenue is a burrito place. This is why I spoke about burritos as well. Called Aranda's Restaurant, and it was the best burrito I have ever tasted, and I've never tasted one as good since. Yeah. So if you go to Belmont,
Belmont. It's if you go in the daytime, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Chicago. It's 24 hours a day. Let me tell you. But it's not horrible. Just don't walk around alone and in the dark and late at night.
No, exactly.
When I visit your friend, you're gonna have to take
more than one weapon on you.
but if you go to Aranda's, have the refried
burritos.
Yeah, have the refried bean burrito at Aranda's.
Okay, and we'll make sure, Fran, I'll visit you, and then we'll call David so that we can do our taste test and let him know what
we're gonna do. A taste test on the burrito.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
There you go. We'll call Uber Eats so we don't have to drive there. I mean, I could. I mean, I guess you could just call me and say, "Fran, go get it." Can you imagine somebody I am an Uber Eats driver. I work for Uber, not, but I do Uber Eats, not Uber, because I don't want motherfuckers in Chicago behind me that I don't know. I don't trust them.
That'd be scary.
I will feed your face, and then I come to your door. Here you go. Half the guys are like, "Are you for real?"
But if I may, just one last time, big thanks to Bill M from the Devil's Mischief, RadioFreeSatan.com, for sending me the fruit pies. Thank you very much, mate. Very much appreciate it. I've got the vinyl for you. I will be sending it.
Yeah, Kristen says she'll make the very best berry pie. She promises you won't be disappointed.
Oh, great.
So she's gonna make you berry flavored.
Ooh. Which berry though?
Yeah,
strawberry, blackberry,
which berry? Kristen, which berry?
Boysenberry.
That girl can cook. I drool over her recipes whenever I see them go through my news feed.
I drool over James, so I mean it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
I drool over her food. I'm just like, oh my god, girl, you really should make a freaking what are those things? Not a recipe book, but where you find recipes online. I can't think of
anything you want. So any berry we want.
Oh. A blog. That's what I meant to say. She needs to make a blog.
And then Luke over here says burrito taste test.
Yes, absolutely. Burrito taste test. I would, Kristen, can you make burritos?
I bet she can.
Refried bean burritos? That would be ace. I would eat those.
So I got a random question for you if we're talking about food. There's always an argument with people. I love chili. I don't give a fuck if it's 120 degrees out. I can still eat it. Okay. I can still eat chili. Do beans belong in chili?
Yeah.
Kidney beans. Yes.
Kidney beans. I'm the same.
Yeah. Any beans.
There are people who argue with me.
Especially I'm like,
there's nothing about my ass that says salad. Okay. If it's food, I'm going to eat. All right. I love beans. I love beans to begin with, except black beans. I don't like black beans. It's not a racist thing. I just don't like black beans. But beans and chili, I'm game for. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I love beans. And there's a lot of people who yell at me saying that beans, it's not real chili if it has beans. And you guys agree with me that it still is, right?
It is.
You want to know? You want to know a very good secret ingredient for a really good chili? When you do a pot of it, put in half a bar of dark chocolate.
Chocolate. Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. It's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can also like add a dark beer.
Oh, I've never tried that. That's a good idea.
Like add a Guinness or something.
Yeah, small can of Guinness or something. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Guinness and chocolate. Fuck it. Let's do both.
Music. We went from a music show to a talk show about food.
I love it.
Anything goes.
You gotta ask James about his homemade refried beans and burrito tacos. I saw some pictures.
Amazing. With chocolate on the side.
I've just had a huge meal and a bite of a cherry pie, but now I'm hungry again. It's Kristen's fault.
It is Kristen's fault.
Yeah. A Facebook user even said, "The fuck are they talking about? You can't have chili without beans." Thank you.
Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, it's you know, the thicker, you know, I love chili juice, but the thicker the batter of meats and everything mixed into the beans, it just sets the whole.
Really. And like you say as well with the weather, I don't care how hot it is.
I don't give a shit. I'll still eat me a big ass bowl of beans with a lot of onion, a lot of cheese, and I'm lactose intolerant. I eat everything I'm not supposed to.
I like to make flat too.
So too funny. So moving on, besides the food factor, so we got past the taste test, and of course, I forgot who won now. Hostess won the taste test on the pies. I had to think about that for a second. You know, it's a good side.
You had a friend moment. Like
I have a lot of them, and I call them franisms. They're franisms. They're franism. Yeah, I have a whole fucking encyclopedia of that bullshit. So
I have the Blondie moments for sure.
I have senior moments.
Then Steve said, "James Murphy, tell us, bro." So, Sarah, do you have any other questions you would like to ask David?
I think we got them all covered. Yeah. We already talked about the Helsing Death Fest in 23.
Yep.
Yeah, we already did that. So I think we got everything. Yeah. I'm wrapped up over here.
I have like another page of questions. I never get to any of my questions. I always overdo the questions, but we'll be here another hour.
Though.
I don't want to bore everyone. So
what if you're not boring?
Yeah.
Well, David, do you want to go a few more minutes?
Yeah, we can do some more. I've just opened a beer, so why not?
Okay, you know what? It's rare because I usually do these interviews just before I have to go to work overnight. So I'm always like, no, bitch, I gotta go.
Okay. I mean,
I do not work Saturday night. So
okay.
So everyone who's getting stoned, wait, I'm coming.
Look at our lovely special guest here.
Yeah, get the burrito with the beans. So anyway, moving on.
I have to use the restroom. Dave was talking about how he's gonna have to go use the restroom.
I didn't even bring it up because he hasn't even mentioned it. So I
know. It's weird. I've been okay actually.
Yeah, but and now that he said some shit.
Now you've mentioned it.
Yo.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Dude, let me just bring your porta potty right here. I'll just sit in it.
All right, so it's gonna be like a universal bathroom. I'll just sit here and twiddle my thumbs.
I'm okay for another 10 minutes. So
okay, right, cool. I'll just hold it.
Yeah. Sarah, you good?
Oh, I'll just wiggle it out. I mean, squeeze. Hold it.
Right. So,
I don't know. Don't
listen
to me. I don't know what I'm saying.
I got a couple questions just to know you a little bit more, you personally, as a person.
Okay.
Just not mine. How old were you when you realized you had a musical talent?
I don't have a musical talent.
What would you consider?
I'm great with writing lyrics. I'm quite creative. If that's the musical talent, then for sure. As a singer, I'm fucking terrible. I just stand in front of a microphone and go, ah, and it works. So that's not really a talent.
Well, you know what? I gotta say it is because I have tried the roar, and with my fucking voice the way it is, I mean, that sounds great, through a microphone like this. But if I try to sing,
Okay, all right.
I love
But
it.
I was 7 years old when I first heard the Black Sabbath album.
Mhm.
Where is it? Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. This exact vinyl, the exact same one. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. It was this album I heard when I was 7. I still own it. I still have it.
Wow.
And now I've lost my place in my vinyl. God damn it! But yeah, it was that album, and I was 7 years old when I first heard that, and I knew that was my metal calling. That was my music. When that first riff kicked in, that riff that went that was it. That was it. I knew that was for me. And I was 7 years old. It's when the album was released. So I was just totally blown away. You know, that scene in, I don't know if you've ever seen it in The Simpsons, where Homer gets this realization of something and it just goes all sort of hippie and it's all the weird colors. Yeah. That was it for me. When I heard that riff playing in my sister's bedroom.
So it was a different kind of epiphany. It was a Homer Simpson epiphany.
Yeah, really. Yeah, and it just did it for me.
Dude, that's
and I knew that was it. That was my musical niche, as it were.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there was that and bands like Status Quo and Budgie. And the very first 7-inch that I bought wasn't actually heavy metal. It was punk. It was the Clash, the song Tommy Gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that was around the same age as well, about 7 or maybe 8. I bought my first single. Most kids were buying at that age. They were buying like the Smurfs or Teddy Bear's Picnic or something like. No, I was buying the Clash.
I think I had the Super Bowl shuffle album. I had the Super Bowl shuffle from the Bears.
Okay, that's just as good.
It's just funny though, because you mentioned Black Sabbath. I can also relate to that as well. Back when my dad was alive, he loved Black Sabbath. And
I absolutely love Sabbath.
I'm pretty damn sure that the album, Black Sabbath, We Sold Our Soul to Rock and Roll, came out the year I was born. But I was listening to that as whenever I was 6 years old, and I was like, I'm sold.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. But I mean, when I was a kid, we had music playing in our house all the time. My mom would listen to Pink Floyd. So
my dad loved Pink Floyd.
Yeah, and my biological father, who was a bit of an asshole, but he listened to Neil Diamond.
My mom loved Neil Diamond,
and as much as I like Neil Diamond because of his songs, but because my biological father liked it, it's sort of like
it kind of dampered on it.
Yeah, exactly. But I do still listen to it, and also whenever the Sweet Caroline's on, you sing along.
Right.
It doesn't matter where the fuck you are.
If somebody pictures and says turn that off, just throat punch them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Just don't play Love Shack.
Bitch slap those people. Just you don't need them in your life.
Violent, so
get out of here.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Yeah. But we always had music at home, so that was something else. And with my own son, I've never pushed my music onto him. I've always sort of kept my music to myself, so he finds his own level in music, because water always finds its own level. Water will always find its own level, and he's found his own. And I won't talk about it, but I'm really pleased that he's found what he likes to listen to. So that's really cool. I'm very proud of him.
Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. I'm not gonna get past MD Abdul. He's trying to send shit, and he just sent a bunch of flowers. Scott Tipton, he was asking if we Sarah, if you and I would do an interview with James Murphy for a future show.
I would love to. I reached out to him and I told Kristen on a post, I would love to interview him if he's down for it. There's
not even a question. We'd be so down.
Hell yeah, I'd be stoked. Just like hell no.
Yeah, Kristen.
I want to hear you growl.
Who?
You.
Me? Are you sure? It's gonna be loud.
Just try to do it without snorting.
No.
It's cute.
Not all right.
That was all right. I like that.
Yeah, that was cute.
I like that.
I just threw it out there. All right, so David, another question. What are 3 things in life that you cannot do without that is not music or family?
Beer, dogs, and beer and dogs. Because the rest is music and family. So yeah.
That's why I always put music and family. Take that
okay, all right, one more.
Okay.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Yeah. The TV show.
Legit. Yeah. That's real. I get that. Fuck yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited for the 60th anniversary. We've got like 90 days.
Yeah.
It's like November the 23rd is the beginning of the 60th anniversary. And
can you believe it?
I am so stoked.
Dude, I remember 60 years ago, like I wasn't even born.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I wasn't either, but I grew up with it. It was my mom got me into Doctor again. My parents, my mom got me into Doctor Who. So
yeah, my oldest daughter's obsessed. She always has been since she was about 9-10 years old. She's 20. She's gonna be 20.
Oh wow,
she's
excellent.
Nuts. I mean, she could every book, every part that's Doctor Who inside and out. She knows like the back of her damn hand. Obsessed.
Oh,
with it.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's
awesome.
huge on it. Nice. So, one more question. Throw it out there. Do you have a bucket list? There's a backup to that.
To be honest, I've pretty much covered my bucket list. The only thing that I really have on there is to be a part of a Doctor Who episode. And I nearly was, and there's a good story behind this. Back when it was the composer who used to work for Doctor Who. He's actually coming back again for the 60th. The guy's name is Murray Gold. He and I were acquaintances online, and we met a few times as well. And he said to me once, you do sort of the growly vocal thing. Would you be willing to do this in an episode? And I was like, are you kidding me? Of course I would. And then the job actually went to Corey Taylor from fucking Slipknot.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
so that's a slap.
Thanks, Corey. So, yeah. I mean, I really love Slipknot. But yeah, he got the job instead of me.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
But I
Yes, I
like
did.
If you like it, you know what? I'm cool with that too. I mean, there's a lot of bands out there that are huge that everyone loves, and there's a couple of them. They're like, "Fran, you don't like this band?" Yeah.
Not everybody's gonna like the same things, you know.
Here,
but
Facebook, I don't know what Facebook user is, but they're siding with you, David. They're saying "fucking Corey."
Yeah, cool.
It should have been you. They asked you first.
It should have been. It was a Peter Capaldi episode called "Under the Flood, Under the River" or something like that.
All right, so there's got to be 2 goals for you. So one, you got to be in a Doctor Who, the next episode, another Doctor Who movie, episode, book, whatever the case is. Yeah, and we got to put you on Homer Simpson because everyone ends up on the Simpsons. The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That would actually, that would actually be cool.
Ramon did that one time. Yeah.
Yeah, I to be honest, I prefer Family Guy.
Oh, I like that one too.
That would be awesome because when I don't know if you do this with your animals, with your pets, but I anthropomorphize my dogs. I give them voices.
I do too.
Yeah, and my one dog Bella, the little red one, she's Stewie from Family Guy. I say, oh no, you can't really do that, can you? No. She's that's but it's sort of a mix of Stewie and Queen Victoria. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it you have to sort of be there when I'm doing it, but I can't really do it now.
I know I'm like with it in the moment too. Like my gypsy one acts like a little princess.
Yeah.
Why give her like this little princess voice?
Yeah,
that is awesome.
I love doing stuff like that with my dogs. So
I don't even have pets. I used to not anymore. Oh my God, dude, this has been so much fun. David, I am very honored that you took the time out with us to hang out with us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, ladies.
You're so awesome.
It's been amazing. It really has. I've really enjoyed this. It's been a lot of fun.
Me too. My cheeks hurt. I'm smiling.
It was a lot of fun. So real quick, do you have any messages you would like to give out to your friends? All right, friends and
Yeah.
fans.
Don't smoke
Uh-oh.
because it's bad for you.
I mean,
I work for cancer research, and I will tell you now: do not smoke cigarettes. Do not smoke tobacco. It
I
is
got my
bad for
patches.
you.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
For that to happen.
That's the one thing. And also, I mean, enough preaching on that sense. It's just because I work for cancer research. So,
It's okay.
but if you stay true to the scene will stay true to you. So,
Mhm.
be nice to everyone if you can, and support everyone as much as possible.
And support metal.
Right.
Exactly.
Metal alive.
And one more thing, support Savage Ladies of Metal.
That's right.
Aww.
We Savages, we're just throwing this out there. This is the last month that we are going to be actually broadcasting nationwide. We are strictly going YouTube. And there are reasons for that. We are doing that for personal reasons, which if I'm going to elaborate, I'm going to end up getting pissed off. So talking about it. But we are going to be for all future shows from here on after August to catch all future epic interviews such as this with David Ingram and me and Sarah as a host. You know, she'll be on most of them. She could be as many as she wants, but I am always present. You will have to go to our YouTube page and subscribe.
Please.
We have amazing time, have amazing fun. Anything goes. You see how this shit rolls. It's a lot
to
of
the
fun.
bands.
It is entertaining. It's entertaining and amusing as fuck. So definitely subscribe, like, and share. Get the word out.
Please.
Spread the savage, so to speak.
I will be doing that myself.
All right,
Aww,
David. If anyone wants to check out
David.
any platforms that you are selling, you guys are all over. Where would they go?
Well, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I'm no longer on Twitter or anywhere else, but I'm also on YouTube apparently, which I completely forget about as a platform. So once I subscribe and whatever to your channel on YouTube, then I'll leave some comments and people can then subscribe to me if they do so, want to do so. So that will be awesome.
Sounds great.
And I'll even check the little bell so I get all the updates every time. So
you get the ding ding. That's right.
Yeah.
And David, you got any friends you want to pass them along? Say hit up Fran, hit up the Savage Ladies. They, we accommodate time zones. We will get it. Kristen says that James says hi.
Oh, hey James.
Hi James.
Hello, sexy.
All right. Again, thank you so much for a killer afternoon, early afternoon for us, and evening for you.
Yeah, it's almost bedtime for me now.
Yeah, and me and Sarah are ready to go get our drink on.
All right.
Yeah, it is Saturday. I think I'm gonna go jump in the pool if it doesn't. It might rain on me, but I like it like that.
I should be working Uber. Make money.
Photos or it didn't happen.
Regardless, everyone, mad love and respect. I appreciate everyone.
Thank you.
Checking the show out, and again, subscribe so you can check out more killer interviews from Sarah and I for future endeavors. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks.